Welcome to DML Discovery Metal Legion, and welcome to a very spooky episode of Discovery. Roll the intro, please. Welcome to Discovery. Welcome to a very special Halloween edition of Discovery, very close to Halloween, and it's time to give you the albums I discovered on this Halloween season. So the bands we're going to focus on this episode is Primordial Serpent, a little bit of atmospheric scary black metal with Vintertodt. Then we go to China and check out Vitriolic Sage. And then we go to Farthen's band, Durbatuluk, I think that's how you pronounce it. Then we go into some scary, depressing, suicidal metal, Skrott. We're gonna check out some raw, atmospheric, dark, spooky metal with Oferwintran. And then we're going to go to a Ukrainian band called Peklo. So before I start, pop your favorite discoveries down below and let's get on with the first spooky black metal band. So first up is none other than a Canadian black metal band from Winnipeg. It's none other than Primordial Serpent, and they released their album Kingdom of Darkness and Despair. Take a listen. Pretty spooky stuff, isn't it? This is more on an atmospheric black metal side, but it's a very good album overall. If you like dark, sinister riffs and cold, dark atmosphere, you're gonna really enjoy this. The vocals are cold and dark, and this is what you want for that atmospheric, melodic black metal. It's melodic, it's tuneful, and the production is raw. It's got a raw undertone to it. It's quite melodic as well. Some really great songs like Enduring the Winter Badness, the cold riffs on that, An Offering of the Serpent, and Satan's Salvation will probably have the coolest riff you've ever heard in black metal of the year. So damn good. It really is. I just love the drum fills on that song. The vocals are fantastic. It just flows like water, this album. Around about 37 minutes. This album was released on October 21st, 2022. Perfect for Halloween. And yeah, this is a very good LP. For Primordial Serpent, Kingdom of Darkness and Despair, I'm going to give this a solid 76%. Really good stuff. Production's fantastic. This is one of the better black metal albums of this discovery. Next up, we go to a US band. This is their debut album, Vintertodt. Released a very spooky album for Halloween. It's Under Endless Invented Night. This album is so damn spooky in tone, it really is. Again, it's a very cold, atmospheric, dark album. The vocals on this are absolutely batshit crazy on this, with a really sinister tone in his vocals. The riffs have some great chord progression on it. Guitar's fantastic, but it's just a very cold, another cold, dark, atmospheric black metal album, and it's also quite melodic as well. This is straight furious black metal. There are some great songs like Tongue, Creeping Death. The screams on that are just so damn relentless. Crown of the Abyss and To Nothingness. Run about half an hour this LP, but god damn it, it is such a impactful album that you want to rewind and listen to this album over and over and over again. So go check it out if you want to have a horrific horror 30 minutes of your life. But yeah, listen to it in the dark and you understand what I mean. The vocals are just, whoa, from a different dimension. So for Vintertodt, Under Endless Invented Night, I'm going to give this a solid 80%. Some really good, scary, spooky black metal. So next up is Vitriolic Sage, and their album Feuerschlucker. This is a band from China. It's a one-man band as well, and they hail from Zhejiang province. And what can I say, when you have a band that is from China that has an English band name with a German album title, and also the track listing is in French, you're gonna say, whoa, what am I going to listen to? Overall, Vitriolic Sage is a very good LP. It is quite an experimental album as well. This was released on October 14th, 2022, so recently. And yeah, the guitar work is really good on this. It's not as atmospheric as the other albums that I've mentioned, but it's quite ambient. There's a lot of ambiency on this and some actual natural nature noises throughout the songs. But yeah, this is pretty batshit crazy stuff. And dare I say, you can tell definitely that Vitriolic Sage was inspired by like bands like Deathspell, Omega, or the avant-garde bands out there. And yeah, this is a pretty avant-garde album, you could say. It's quite melodic as well, especially the first song, like it's a cool guitar melodies, and Reminiscence 3 is really awesome as well. He does change his vocals. His mid-range vocals are very good on this, they really are. And yeah, it's just a fun time overall. Around about 46 minutes, you will raise your eyebrows at times and say, what am I listening to? What am I listening to? Because yeah, there are just so many different elements on this album Feuerschlucker. But yeah, definitely check it out. I would recommend it, so I would probably give it a 75%. Good album overall, but at times it's quite repetitive, and it does drag slightly. It's not a scary album like the other albums that I've mentioned, but it easily should be on Discovery, I feel. A lot of these albums I'm going to mention are pretty scary and spooky, but this album is not as spooky. Maybe the vocals are a little bit spooky, because the vocals are really good. The vocals really grasp your balls and twist them until you scream. Really good avant-garde black metal. Vitriolic Sage, Feuerschlucker. You can tell that he's been inspired by other avant-garde metal bands out there. And yeah, so it's a really good album, 75%. Next up is Durbatuluk, and that album is Erzahle Baba Yaga. So one of our own, Farvin, who is also a metal YouTuber on this platform, this is his band, and this is a pretty good album overall. Like, there are some great melodies, great folkier elements, traditional folk elements as well, some cool acoustic moments, and great melodic black metal as well. Quite atmospheric in tone, but the vocals at times can be a little bit jarring in my opinion. Like, I do really enjoy his vocals, but at times the vocals are okay, but they're not really the best vocals for this particular type of metal, in my opinion. It's a good album overall, but I just feel like that I didn't really want to grab this album again and listen to it over and over again. But yeah, you got to appreciate that Farvin created a very good black metal album. No doubt this will make it. No doubt this will probably make it into my end of month list or something. Yeah, good album overall, but it's not one of the best albums I've heard this month. But it's still solid. It's still solid, like you said. I like all black metal. But yeah, this is a pretty good album. So I'm going to give this a 67%. Let's move on. Next up is an Indonesian band, a black metal band, Skrott, their name is, and the album Mork Sjel Foleser. That's how you pronounce it. So this album was released on October 8th, 2022. And this album is around about 26 minutes, still classified as an album. It is their debut album as well, and it's a full length, and this is an Indonesian band. Yeah, this is mainly a depressive, suicidal black metal album. On the atmospheric side, in my opinion, it doesn't really sound like the traditional DSBM that you expect from listening to depressive, suicidal black metal. It's more on the, atmospheric black metal side. The vocals are very harsh and aggressive and sinister, and I love his screams as well. It's a really nice piano work, synth work, and ambiency tracks as well. Track 2, Grooven Erzahle, really good song. I think a lot of these song titles are in Norwegian as well, even though they are Indonesian band. But yeah, overall this is a pretty good album. I probably wanted more meat and bones on this, maybe a few more songs to really whet the appetite for me, but yeah, nothing much I can say about Skrott. Really good atmospheric black metal album with a tinge of DSBM. So for Skrott, I'm going to give this probably a 75%. So we are edging to the end of Discovery. Next up is Oferwintran, a UK band. They released their sophomore album. It Often Befalls Those. Yeah, this is a really good black metal album. It's quite raw, but it creates this atmosphere. Some great raw production. The vocals are just absolutely fantastic. It just at times reminds me of bands such as even Darkthrone, the Blazing Northern Sky era, and even a bit of like a Mutilation as well. Like, it's got the same sort of production, but it's very good overall. And I do love how there are just so many instrumentals that really create this really nice black metal flavor as well. By Sea and By Land is such a fantastic song. The Uplands of Aristili, His Chief Palace, and the self-titled track is amazing as well. It's really good. Released on October 14th, 2022. Easily one of the better black metal albums of this month for sure. Nothing really much I can say. It's just a straightforward, great, raw black metal album that you guys definitely need to hear. Really cool riffs on this that do get stuck in your head, and the melodies are amazing. So Oferwintran, It Often Befalls, I'm going to give this a solid 75%. Okay, so next up is a Ukrainian band, Peklo, and the album Crowned by Plagues. This is a really good album overall, it really is, and I just really love the cold dark riffs on this, and the vocals are absolutely fantastic. It's quite progressive as well, with some elements of surprises, and it's great. There's a lot of atmosphere on this that builds, and some cool synth work as well. Great songs like Beyond the Celestial Muck is amazing, Into Black Imminence, and even Crowned by Plagues self-titled track. Yeah, so this is really good. Run about 33 minutes. Very cool guitar leads and rhythms, and some great drumming as well, with some unpredictable, with some really cool drum fills. Like the drum fills and tight little accents on this album are absolutely fantastic, along with the vocals. The vocals are very good on this. Really raw and cavernous in tone. Saying like it's like a death metal album, but these vocals are a lot deeper and harsher than some black metal vocalists out there, but I do really enjoy his high range and mid range, and at times low range. Not to mention that album cover looks amazing as well, and it's quite a spooky sort of album for Halloween. So for Peklo, crowned for Peklo, this Ukrainian band, crowned by Plagues. It's melodic black metal, progressive black metal as well, with a few technical flourishes. I will give this a solid 84%. So guys, that's it for the Halloween Discovery Special. Join me next week as we dive deeper into more bands I've discovered. Let me know in the comments below what albums you discovered, and let me know what albums you're going to check out as well in this discovery. Keep the discussion going in the comments section below, and I will see you 6 feet under.